right, and if I'm gonna quite ruin your day, he normally gets up. I want him to just stay. I think he might. He's shoved his back against the wall and he's having a bit of a stretch. I'm hoping he'll just turn over. Anyway, right. Where am I at? Where am I at? I'm looking out. Yeah. So the weather's gotten quite nice again. It's apparently going to be nice all week. And I really wanted to go out yesterday at one point for a while. I wanted to go out and then I sort of changed my mind. I didn't need to, but now I think I do. But I also think it's going to be experimentational because I realised, I think it's been, has it been 2 weeks since I've been, it didn't quite kill it. I went a couple of times after I was dating that Dave, the typewriter. She was way hot. Oh dear. I'm trying to think. I mean, I know it rained a lot, but there was a couple of times I went out just in the evening, and just into Bournemouth, and just for just for what was normally my end stage. But that was often the busiest part of the day when I was just in the gardens. So I'd just go down there like much later. But I can't actually really remember. But I know that basically, like lockdown kind of got lifted as I started doing them. Or around that fucking time, I think. No, I've been doing them for a couple of weeks, that's right, because when it all kicked off about everyone going to Bournemouth, I was like, what the fuck, I've been doing this for 2 fucking weeks. You fucking idiots, what the fuck? Literally. I was miles from anyone, and everywhere was fucking open. Everywhere was open. Down on the beach. It was. All the shops were. All the places to get food were, and they all sold booze, so that's where people were. You get ice creams down there, drinks, and meals, hot meals, fish and chips, pizzas, shit like that, and beer, and bottles of wine. Where do you think they fucking were? All the pubs were shut, all the shops were shut. You're allowed out. No, they didn't plan that. They didn't plan it at all. Anyway. It was, I think, massively therapeutical. It might have been coincidental. Just with, I don't know, what I'm trying to say. It might have been coincidental with the lockdown and people changing a bit more and having more people around. But then I was petrified of people before lockdown. And I'm not petrified in general anymore, but I am I know that I can become easily petrified. And that's what I don't like. I can still become so easily petrified out of nowhere, and it's always in response to bullshit situations which are going to happen. And that's why I think there's a sense of helplessness to it. That's where, for a lot of people, and that's why a lot of people will just not take the risk, I think, if you're trying to understand why someone sits in all the time. Because I think it's not somewhere people want to be, or well, it kind of becomes somewhere they want to be just because it's more comfortable than the pressure of the outside world and being in it. And I know there's certain situations I'd really be like in at the moment, like wedding receptions and things. I've never been good with them. I've never been good with weddings and like official. When you get normal people trying to be at an official function, and all the families with their various dramas and fucking all of that shit. People that you just don't know that you're forced to sit down and have meals with, talk to. That sort of situation, because it just leads to all the shit. I can't fucking chat normal to people without them showing a great deal of interest in me because I'm such a colourful character, and then asking me shitloads of personal fucking questions. And they do. People get really fucking personal with me, asking why I do this and why, they want an explanation. I'm always asked to fucking explain myself. And if I complain about it, It's not what I get told. I bet you can guess by now, don't you? I get told why they're doing it. It's like, I don't give a fuck. It's because you're interesting. It's because you're different. I don't care. So I don't care why it is. What you're basically saying, this is a bit of a paradigm, but it's not a paradigm. It's It's effectively what you're saying is shut up and put up with it. Just let them. It's okay for them to do it because of why they do it. That's ridiculous. That is like saying anyone's allowed to behave in line with however they fucking feel. They want to know, so they're allowed to ask you. No, I don't fucking care. And then this is the point when I start describing this shit and people start tittering at me. People start laughing, and this is the whole Mikey Logic thing, where I seem to have an attitude problem. I was like, no, you're being unspeakably fucking rude. I don't give a fucking shit if you think it's fucking interesting. If you start poking your fucking nose into shit that I don't want to talk about, and all I say is, I don't really want to talk about that. You can't. Because what people do is they sort of apologise and then still ask. I noticed it the other day when that woman was talking to me. I'd met the woman who helped me get the makeup. And I don't really know her. I've seen her around a lot for a long time and said hello to her, but we've never really chatted much. Do you know what I mean? But she was like, what are you doing? And I said, we can get a coffee if you want. So we got a coffee. I said, I don't want to be out and about for ages, because I didn't. I was like, I can do like half an hour sitting around and whatever. And she was like, yeah, all right. So we went for coffee. And then that's when the woman came and spoke to me. And she's been nice. But she kept apologising to my friend, not really friend, but my companion. But then kept talking. That's what people do. They make you know, look what I'm doing. Look, that's what they're actually saying to you. Look what I'm doing. I'm acknowledging the wrongness of it, and I'm going to carry on doing it right in front of your face, having apologised for it. My apology is my acknowledgement that it's wrong. That's me showing you that it's wrong. And here I am still doing it. Right in front of you. Are you going to stop me? That's basically what's fucking happening. Basically what's fucking happening. All people do that. All fucking humans do that kind of shit. And someone like me senses it. I just sense it happening. And I don't like it. That's one of the difficulties of being around people. When I see them play those silly games all the fucking time. All the fucking time. All the fucking time. Don't study psychology. It makes it worse. It makes it worse. It's horrible. He just wants cuddling. He keeps hinting and jingling his bell, rolling over. I read something gorgeous. My mate tagged me in it. He said about, like, it's something a lot of people think is bullshit, but it's like cats have actually got an ability to draw negative energy from you. A lot of the time that's what they're doing when they want stroking. And it just reminded me of the other day. When was it? When I was crying. When I felt like a twat. And he was really, really fucking lovely. He'd been out for a few hours. He'd been out from like 5 in the morning or something. And I think it was like 9, 10. But it was a bit meowity. But he'd had food. I'd fed him. That's why he'd gone out at like 5. He'd done his business. I'd cleaned his toilet since. It was fresh. There was water there. There was uneaten food, but it hadn't been down long. And I was like, mate, you're having that. Because he does whinge. But you know, he just jumped on the bed and was just really cuddly. And it's, they're like your little sadness sponges. They draw off your negativity. I'm like, oh, you little miracle. I've often said he's like my little protector. He always used to sit on my feet whenever I tried astral travel. He'd run in. You'd hear a little bell. He was cool. When I lived in a massive flat, I could lie in bed and just go, That's what it became. It started off as being good, and it just became, I do this. Little pause while they stretches and whatever, and then a little trot up and he'd jump on the bed. You know, he's a little fucking, he's cool. Anyway, that's my experimentational side of the bike ride. It's like, it's gonna end, you know what I mean? And I'm like, basically, I became confident enough to kiss a girl and, you know, go out to a party and to fucking meet someone I didn't know. I'd known her less than 60 minutes. And then I had my tongue in her mouth. Not bad going. Not bad going. For someone who was petrified when he walked down the shop and was hearing voices and was like, when people talked to him, you know, when he'd been out countless times, he was always really sketching out and just thinking, like, just the thought of getting close to someone was always really like, what? I don't know. I don't know. Is it? I don't know what's real. I just was doubting everything that happened. It was horrible, 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 horrible. So I graded up to that, but then it was like, yeah, it was the result of like a month of a complete fucking attention slut when it's raining compliments from fucking all fucking genders and age groups. People fucking waving you on and saying you're fucking cool and I love you, and the amounts of fucking shit like that. Like literally girls going, I love you, like that as they dance by. And it's like, of course they don't love me, I'm not being ridiculous with it, but it's like, who wouldn't be charmed by that kind of attention? And you know, there's a lot of variables. Like there's a lot more young people around in the summer. It's not just schools, but it's like colleges and unis. So there's loads more young people in general, and they like partying. And you know, when the kids are off, obviously the families are out, and that was a lot of my crowds were little kiddies. A lot of them would stop, little like toddlers, and their mums filming them and shit. That was a lot of my audience. Well, it was a fucking audience. It's like, it feels really weird to say that shit, but it fucking was. It was what it was. You know what I mean? Literally, I've been filmed. It must be 2,000 times this year. It must be 2,000. If I look at the amount of times I've had 6, 7 cameras on me, loads of times, loads of fucking times I've had that. So yeah. Anyway, I always knew it was going to change, and this is maybe the change of it. So like, today's the day I go. I just decided it's like, there's some other bits and pieces to do, but hopefully I'm a lot more, I'm pretty sorted on the home front. If it was a panic job, I could probably do it in 2 days. I said I wanted it down to 1, but I could probably do it in 2 and get it like tip top. And I've got to order some carpet. I forgot last night, and find a fitter. But so that's actually a lot more relaxed. If I hadn't had that, what I've had arranged, I'd be panicking by now. I'd be thinking, shit, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So actually, it's like, okay, well, the sun's out, it's nice weather. I have been feeling all over the place, so I do want the therapeutic side of it, but then I'm thinking, is it going to be there? Is it going to be the same? Because like, I've worn a bit more noticeably makeup. Maybe a lot of people didn't notice my makeup in the sun because you're squinting and shit like that. But I've seemed to have a few more dirty looks off people. And I'm thinking, yeah, winter time, people are moody in the winter. People are fucking moody in the winter. So, you know, I'm not that much in your face that I'm going to get fucking beated up over it. If I start getting beated up over it, I'm going to fucking run away like a little fucking child, because that's what people like me do when you've been beaten and beaten and beaten. You eggy little fucker. That, oh my God, that, I know you were relaxed, mate. Bloody hell. Whoa. Jesus, kid. But yeah, I always knew it was a finite value, quantity, magnitude. That is so gross. Yeah, when you've been kicked the fuck out of a lot, it's the kind of triggered response, really. It's horrible, but like, I'd be a one-shot wonder anyway because of my leg. I'll just go over. I think you'd hit me in any direction, I'll just fucking go over. Literally, and that was, I was going to put that in another video. I have to make for another day. But how anyone would be fucking frightened. Anyone would. Anyway, I need to fucking shut up because time's pressing on. But I will. It's a bit of cloud actually, a little bit of cloud. If it stays really sunny and nice and it's not too cold, I'll do it. But I can't imagine it's as much fun doing it just on your own in the cold wind with nobody around. Because I think there was a carnival atmosphere down there. I was adding to something that was already there. I wasn't really creating something. So we'll see how it goes. Because I know, that's my point, when I've ridden my bike the other way up the posh end, even though there's like, when they lift the restrictions, people still tuss up bikes. They're very like, meh, meh. And if you dare ride a bike down there during the fucking, between the 10 hours of 10 and 6 in July or whatever, July and August, they'll scold you and they'll waggle their walking sticks at you, shit like that. And up the other end, like where I used to live, my bit, It's fucking sound. Anyway, bye.